with him. 52 days on from their European Championship quarter-final in Kiev. Both Italy and England are looking forward rather than back tonight. The first qualifying games for the next World Cup are only 3 weeks away. How many of these players can force their way into the plans of Roy Hodgson and Cesare Prandelli? Who's it particularly important for, do you think, Andy, as Destro threatens to get in behind England immediately? There's a corner given. I think it came last off Destro, actually.
It did look like it, Clive, didn't it? But they get the benefit of the doubt. Prandelli, who handled himself, I thought, impeccably during the summer. Yep, having a look at, we'll come on to the England players that maybe tonight, it's important for all of them, but there are one or two players, of course, it means a lot.
Both the Italian centre-backs are forward here. As in towards on Bonner at the near post, and Destro just unable to catch up with it. So Italy have made their intentions clear.
Yep, Bonner, big powerful centre-half in, he gets the initial flick on. That's something that England will need to be careful of. If Frank Lampard is in the hole, he needs to make sure he gets in front of it. Bonner doesn't allow him to just get across the front. But I do think everybody, with the exception of Carrick and Lampard, have all got plenty to prove, I think, to Roy Hodgson. In particular, Adam Johnson, who may get more games for England this season than he will his club. So it's an important night for him. Great touch from Tom Cleverley, another player, I think, who is looking to play a lot of club football this season and prove himself at this sort of level. I think Kyle Walker, the right back, I think is a fine prospect, a really, really good player. And the goalkeeper, I hope he has a competent, confident even, I really do.
He's told Daniele De Rossi that it's a friendly. Here is Carrick. Leighton Baines is the left back. Here's Tom Cleverley. First full England cap for him. He's found some space immediately, trying to thread it through to Andy Carroll. It's tidied up by Abate, and then the rather nervous intervention by Sirigu.
Yeah, good pressure for Johnson now after some good initial probing. Good run from Cleverley.
Lampard. Cahill to Walker, two England fullbacks with attacking intentions. Cleverley with an attempted back heel for Lampard. It looks as though Cleverley, of the three central midfield players, is the one who's going to get closest to Andy Carroll.
Yeah, Frank Lampard will pick and choose his runs, go at the right time. Michael Carrick, you would imagine, will sit and look to get it off the two centre-halves and initiate a lot of England's attacks. And Cleverley has the option to drop in and come and make things happen, as well as get that little bit closer to the centre-forward.
De Rossi. Looking for Balzaretti on this near side, who will probably remember from the European Championship finals. Both of the Italian fullbacks tonight were very much a part of their campaign in the summer. Abate of Milan on the right. Balzaretti is now joined Roma on this left-hand side. Just jumped up and hit Cleverley on the hand, really. Number 10 for Italy is Alberto Aquilani, who's finally cut his ties with Liverpool and joined Fiorentina.
Very impressed with the Italian midfield quartet in the summer. Clive Pirlo, of course, was wonderful, as we all know. Montolivo, graceful player, clever as well. Marchisio got across the ground very well. And of course, De Rossi, I just think the balance they had was excellent. I think that's what Roy Hodgson's now looking at with this England team. A good balance and also a bit of a spark in the final third. Run out of ideas too often, I think, England in big matches. I think that's what they need, something to someone to make something happen for them in that last third.
Not making the most of a good position. The job starts here. The road to the rescue to take over ahead of the European finals. Most international coaches take the reins after a tournament. It's in the tournament that the coaches like Prandelli and Hodgson are judged, and in qualifying for the next tournament, Adam Johnson. Carroll to Walker. Carrick inviting Jagielka to come forward. Lampard finding Baines in some space. Lampard just trying to roll it forward for Young in behind the right back. Destro winning the ball. Torino between the legs of Johnson. Here's Balzaretti. This is the 19-year-old El Shaarawy. And used mainly as a substitute by Milan in the last year. Aquilani's pass was loose. Bonner manages to seize upon it. Nocerino into the path of Balzaretti. Aquilani selling Barté short this time.
Quite narrow in the middle of the park the way they've set up Italy. Nocerino, De Rossi and Aquilani. The width being offered by Balzaretti and Abate on the far side. El Shaarawy and Diamanti also looking to break wider. So Destro will find himself perhaps up there a little bit on his own. But of course for England that gives Leighton Baines an opportunity. It gives Kyle Walker in particular with his pace an opportunity when they get some good possession.
Story of Cagliari to Abate. Here's Aquilani. Now Diamanti. Well tracked by Walker.
Alberto!
The European Championship final was Cesare Prandelli's first defeat in a competition as Italian manager. He had a bit of pressure before the tournament. They suffered 3 defeats in their warm-up games in a row. He was saying that he was missing the day-to-day involvement of club management during the tournament, but he's remained in charge of Italy to begin the road to Rio and beyond.
You see Roy Hodgson talking before the game about possession. See the goalkeeper there, Jack Button, just waiting and still an opportunity to pass it out from the back.
Young has turned and found Baines. His cross wasn't the best.
It's good though, that's better. Started with Gary Cahill into the middle of the park and then back out the other side, and they find themselves high up the pitch with an opportunity.
It's better cross on Baines, charged down at the expense of a corner kick. It's a particularly inexperienced back 5 England are fielding tonight. 31 caps between them for the kickoff. Towards the head of Carroll. Turned out of harm's way by De Rossi. Balzaretti scuffed that. Johnson. Space for Carrick. Threaded through to Young. Now into the path of Carroll. Beyond Lampard. A bit more fluidity about England, 1 or 2 more options. Not set in their positions quite as much as perhaps they were in the championships. De Rossi swung forward towards Destro. And he very nearly caught up with that, and Butland made the judgment to wait.
It's a very good ball that is from De Rossi. Excellent run as well from Destro. He's a little bit quicker. I'm just thinking that little bit sharper than Jagielka initially. I actually think he might have done a bit better to try and get something on that to take that down. It's a really good ball.
Carroll putting a story under pressure. Young winning a free kick from Abate.
Very quick Abate, so Ashley Young's not going to find that easy. It's not his game to necessarily look to get beyond people down the outside. He can have Leighton Baines running outside him, then he can dip inside as he likes to do on his right foot and cross it.
Baines' cross is low. There's a missed kick by Nocerino, which he just about got away with. England do have a corner though.
Yeah, it's a bit sloppy. I think Nocerino just telling his teammates switch on that little bit quicker. Leighton Baines too easy. to make that overlapping run.
Lampard takes in towards Carroll. He's done a little bit better there. He was belatedly under pressure from Astori, but he was right at the front of the queue for the cross.
Got too much on it. Actually, got far too much room as well. Astori is nowhere near him. Cannot give Andy Carroll that sort of room. He gets far too much on this. If he just glances, he's hanging in the air, trying to wait. He just, in the end, just gets too much on that. A little glancing header would have been perfect.
A crashing header against Sweden in the second game was one of the highlights for Roy Hodgson's first tournament campaign. Given away by Abate. And England are settling here. Johnson. Cleverly. Adam Johnson just lost his footing as he hit it. Short of confidence in himself, Adam Johnson. Lampard just caught in two minds. England throw though.
Yep, sloppy from Nocerino. He had time there to get his head up and take a touch.
First time we've really seen that from England. It'd be interesting to see the possession statistics, because so far England have used the ball well.
That's just a little bit wasteful, that one. That was that good skill, that good roll here from Adam Johnson. Do like him coming in off the right-hand side. He's a very clever footballer. Extremely difficult for him to get a regular spot for his club, such as the talent there.
He almost held back. Cahill and Jagielka are forward here.
Astori is tagging Andy Carroll. This time we'll see how close he gets to him. The delivery's right. The centre forward could be in business.
Lampard takes. It's comfortable enough for Salvatore Sirigu. He was a regular in his first season with Paris Saint-Germain, one of the big spenders of European football of the moment, but Sirigu lost his place for the opening game of the French League last weekend. Diamanti. It's come for Aquilani, and now Destro. Jagielka.
Maybe the right idea from Destro there is just looking to give that to Aquilani and come and get it again. Little 1-2 there in the box. The pass to him is a poor one.
Diamanti just attracting the foul from Young. And who scored the winning penalty in the quarter-final shootout in Kiev, the Italian number 22. Once of West Ham United, Alessandro Diamanti.
This is where your goalkeeper, Jack Butland, that's where the defenders want to hear his voice, making sure that he's keeping everybody alive and making sure they don't drop back too close to him, then it becomes very dangerous for him.
Diamanti takes it towards Destro, the near post, and Butland just fended it away. It's a corner.
We'd be happy to see that actually go out for a corner. Little nick off the wall, actually, always makes it all good. It's dipping in front of him. Thankfully, just enough pace to push that away from Destro.
Towards De Rossi this time. And Italy take the lead with a headed goal from their skipper, Daniele De Rossi. Doesn't mark quite tightly enough. And the header had enough pace on it to beat Jack Butland. And a little against the run of play, Italy take the lead after 15 minutes.
Soft goal all round. As good a player as De Rossi is, he's not a giant. He's not such a threat in there. I don't think the marking is anywhere near strong enough and good enough. Michael Carrick it is who's actually close enough to De Rossi. It flies past Butland. That's a soft goal from an England perspective. That's far too easy. Anything whipped in like that, it wasn't the most vicious of corners either. Should be switched on, should be quicker across the ground, closer to your man, don't let him have a free header.
Well, it would needed an outstanding save, but Butland wasn't quite able to reach it. A rather sobering moment for the youngster on his big night. I don't believe that he was culpable as such for the goal, but nonetheless, it'll be painful to be picking the ball out of the net as one of your first half dozen touches in international football.
He's been let down there by people in front of him.
Johnson.
An England team, Clive, that's far too easy. Look, if the Italians play a lovely little bit of one touch on the edge of the box and get someone in and they score a thumping goal from distance or a really clever goal, fair dues, you hold your hands up. But that, they've had time to get set, pick your man up, mark him, get close to him. It's far too easy.
Here is the goal scorer, De Rossi. Balzaretti. El Shaarawy. Balzaretti just behind El Shaarawy. Didn't quite clear his lines. Diamanti.
Ball in from Diamanti. Floated rather than whipped in viciously. I mean, great work from De Rossi. There's no way you should be allowing someone to just get across the front of you, get the leap on you that easy.
It's Michael Carrick's detail, and oddly enough, he has been playing at centre-back in the last couple of pre-season friendlies for Manchester United. It's a role that he's filled in emergencies in the past, and United are down a few defenders at the moment. Rossi beat him to the punch. Here's El Shaarawy breaking in behind Johnson. Diamanti. Nocerino towards Destro. Butland makes a very capable save.
Goalkeeper will be pleased to get his hands on that. Decent effort from Destro. Another good ball in, good build-up play as well from Italy. Down this left side, doesn't have the room to work with there, or perhaps the pace on the cross that we saw from the goal from the corner.
Lampard. Young. Now Kyle Walker. Let's try to flip it up towards Carroll Ogbonna with the header away. Rossi has steadied the Italian ship. Milani. Now Astori. Nocerino to Balzaretti. It's too close to the goalkeeper. Carrick finding Young. Cleverly. Teammates together in that England midfield for Manchester United. This is Johnson. Back to Cleverly, and now Lampard to Carrick. Johnson once more. Just able to step between Balzaretti and El Shaarawy. It's Matteo Destri. Destro into the path of Aquilani. Charged down by Jagielka.
that, keeping the ball. Not sure, once the Italians have got back behind the ball, then keep it, wait for something to happen, keep it on the move. Often see players going from side to side. Fans can sometimes get frustrated with that. It can be difficult for centre forwards, but the more you keep it, then the picture changes and something can happen. An opening appears like that.
Carrick to Lampard. Shot is charged down by Astori, but Johnson's got some space here, and it's Adam Johnson. Again, his standing foot just seemed to go from beneath him as he hit it. It's an opening.
Unlucky. Good play from Frank Lampard as well. Got into a good position. Of course, once you duck back inside, that's the only disadvantage of having Adam Johnson playing on the right side. And he does want to shoot. He will obviously go back in towards trouble a little bit. He just slips a fraction.
Didn't figure for Manchester City on Sunday in the Community Shield. He hasn't started a game for them since the middle of March. A couple of big games towards the end of last season when he didn't even make the bench, and that's frustrating for him, but it's also for Roy Hodgson, who has admitted he has to live with the probability that there will be people in his England squads who are not regulars with their clubs.
That is very difficult, Clive. That really is difficult for the manager to select players like that, and also for the individuals themselves to not be getting a great deal of football. They're not expected to turn it on, and no hiding place playing for England. It's not easy.
Balzaretti met by Walker, who got the decision. And the 17 outfield players in this England squad are all drawn from just 6 clubs, from the 2 Manchester clubs, the 2 Merseyside clubs, and Tottenham and Chelsea. So on the one hand, you're pleased that they are playing for the prominent clubs in the country, but on the other, you're not always getting a lot of game time. Carroll penalised. Aquilani forward. Destro's got in behind here. His first touch was excellent. Carl Walker caught up with him. Got a bit about him here, Matteo Destro, the number 9.
Again, he dips in behind Gary Cahill. Both centre-halves got their arms in the air, looking at the linesman. Forget that. And wait for him to put his flag up. Destro was lively. This time he does manage to bring it down. In the end, Carl Walker just about rushes the shot and he skews it wide. That's a couple of times now. He's shown towards the ball, the centre forward, and then quickly turned. And he's left the England centre-halves a little bit square and flat-footed.
Scored some goals in Serie A last season for Siena. It's earned him a move to Roma, who are an attack-minded team. He's been signed there to take over from Fabio Barini, who's moved into the English game with Liverpool. Moved back into the English game. Johnson. Carrick. Managed to bend that for Ashley Young. And there's one a corner.
Again, Ashley Young just losing his footing a little bit. He was just going to steal half a yard on the bar table, just slips a little bit there, gets the corner.
Lampard takes. Carroll arriving. To chase it now. Sharawi's done really well if he can keep it in. He can't.
He's lucky there, Adam Johnson. He should be backing Andy Carroll up. There's no way El Sharawi should be wriggling out of that situation quite as easy as that.
And about 1,500 tickets for this game. So the stadium is around about half full.
We saw in the opening 10 minutes, Clive, we saw Tom Cleverley seeing a fair bit of the ball and getting into some 1 or 2 useful little pockets. Haven't seen that now since the goal. He needs to just perhaps try and get himself back involved in the game. If sometimes you have to just drop 5 yards deeper, just get in alongside Carrick and Lampard a little bit more to see a little bit more of the ball rather than it keep going past you and into other areas. I do think he's an important player, and I think that's an important area for an England football team. I really do, that they improve in getting that player in the hole and getting more from that particular area.
Castro trying to escape Jagielka, who caught up with him at the expense of a corner kick. He's only 21.
This time everybody should be a little bit tighter. I'm sure on their toes just that fraction more.
Carrick is marking De Rossi again. This time the ball is bent into the young hands of Jack Butland.
Yeah, good take.
Sidestepping Balzaretti, feeding Kyle Walker. Bonner comes across, it is a corner kick.
Good football, that's better. Good footwork again from Alan Johnson, good run from Kyle Walker. Actually his first touch was a poor one. I think if he'd have just got it out of his feet, he would have been in a position to get a cross away. It's better football.
Lampard with the corner towards Jagielka! England on terms with Phil Jagielka's first international goal. Daniele De Rossi's header at one end, cancelled out at the other.
It's a decent ball in, and just like the goal England conceded, the Italians will be disappointed. Balzaretti is, who's just half a yard behind Jagielka, who's very brave. Throws himself at it, knows that he could well get kicked in the face. It doesn't matter if there's a goal there. It's a really good header. Nobody at all on that back post.
Well, he was a late addition to the European Championship squad. He actually played in Norway when he was only a standby player and gave his all in that pre-tournament friendly. And then when Gary Cahill was injured in the Belgium match, Frank Lampard pulled up at the start of the training sessions for the championships. Jagielka was called in, and although he wasn't used, I heard nothing but good reports of his attitude and his behaviour around the squad. He's a model pro.
Excellent goal, really good header. Not having anybody on that back post. Interesting to see from future corners what happens, but that's usually the goalkeeper's decision. He normally bosses what he requires, whether he wants one on the front post or the back post, neither, or perhaps people on both. But there, big hole, and Phil Jagielka found it.
Italy 1, England 1. Aquilani. Both teams have scored when the other team was having a little bit more of the game. It's late by Diamante on Young.
How many times? All the time it is.
Difficult to control.
Yeah, that's come at him with a very old rate of knots, and De Rossi saw it and was snapping away at Tom Cleverley's heels. That's the position, Clive, that if you can get someone who's very effective in there, all the very best teams, they have players that can operate in there, maybe 2 or 3 players that can operate in there, that are clever, have real genuine class and ability to make something happen from that position.
Balzaretti. Sharawi is offside. I'm sure Wayne Rooney is looking in somewhere. I suppose that is his role for England, but could he play ahead of somebody in the number 9 shirt still for England, do you think, Rooney?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see any reason why not. We're seeing the goal again. Does really well, Jagiel, with a hold, good strength on Balzaretti. Goalkeeper's disappointed, he's unhappy that the defender lets him get away. Good goal from an England point of view, and at an important time as well. Certainly, I think Rooney can, of course he can play off someone. He needs to play a lot better than he did in the summer, but there's no question he can do that.
Getting away with a slightly mistimed challenge. England have the ball. Lampard, cleverly, now Young. Cleverly picking up the pieces and finding Baines. Cleverly once more. And now Lampard. It's well struck. Sirigu got behind it. The most convincing piece of goalkeeping. Cleverly's pass to Baines, slightly underhit. Here goes Destro again, trying to run in behind England.
Needs to be careful of that. Destro has pretty much every time now he's dipped and turned. This is the shot from Lampard that Sirigu just bats away. Pleased to see that fall straight at the feet of Ogbonna, who just hoofs it clear. But again, when Cleverly gets in that position in the hole, all of a sudden things happen a little bit.
Cap number 91 for Frank Lampard tonight, edging ahead of Steven Gerrard and Brian Robson into 7th place on the all-time list. It's his first international of the year, actually, Frank Lampard, the calendar year. Johnson. Young. Trying to dig out across for Carroll.
Lucky, right idea. Knows if he stands something up, the centre forward will be attacking it.
Carrick dispossessing De Rossi. Now Young. Curled in towards Carroll. Teased him a bit.
Right shape, right idea, just overhit it. Again, when Ashley Young picks that up, I'd like to see Adam Johnson get beyond him, get round him. In a different angle of the Lampard shot, hits it very well, as we'd expect from him.
England fell behind after 15 minutes. Straightforward headed goal by Daniele De Rossi. Equalised after 28 minutes by a brave diving headed goal from Phil Jagielka, both from corners. There is the England scorer. And now the England captain. Lampard to Cleverly. Young. Acres of space for Walker. Johnson. Lampard aware of Baines' run. Control pass from Baines to Young. Now Lampard. Story got a boot to it. Sirigu is able to catch it.
And with Frank Lampard, you give him an opportunity and allow him to do this too often, he will eventually find a way through.
For England. I know fewer than 36 friendly internationals taking place this week. It is a designated date for teams to polish their final preparations for the qualifiers. Spain have travelled all the way to Puerto Rico, playing Brazil are in Sweden, Argentina in Germany, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales all at home tonight. Johnson looking for Baines. Sharawi. Swept forward by Nocerino into the path of Balzaretti.
Yep, again, Adam Johnson there. And let Balzaretti go. Be careful. Very nearly got on the end of that and kept that in. Kyle Walker had tucked in and pushed in a little bit. If you do find yourself last man, you should stay with your runner.
There's every chance that Butland's historic debut may only last 45 minutes. I know that Roy Hodgson was keen to give John Ruddy a taste of international football this evening too, depending on injuries elsewhere in the team. A maximum of 6 substitutions are allowed per team.
Again, goalkeeper doing well there, resisting the temptation just to knock it long. England playing out from the back, now find themselves in a good position.
Carrick was found cleverly, and he's found Carroll. He had his time over again. Cleverly might have gone on himself.
Could have done, couldn't he? Yeah. Do like the positions he naturally takes up as well. He's one of those players that doesn't look like he's fighting to get into good positions. He just instinctively gets there.
Walker's pace there against El Shaarawy. Cookies together. Johnson. Plenty of chance to shine. Adam Johnson seeing a lot of the ball. Quite picked the pass he wanted.
Doesn't need to necessarily go out there in one go towards Leighton Baines, can go across the line a little bit.
It's the pace from Abati. Cleverly in pursuit. Away very calmly by Jagielka. Young came from an offside position. That's why free kick has gone against him. It's going to be a foul too. It was a rugged challenge, to say the least, by David Astori. This is his second appearance for Italy, the number 13. He got sent off in the first. Diamanti. Challenged by Cleverly. Diamanti getting another chance to cross it in towards Destro. Son came with the leg to turn it away.
Difficult one that is for the goalkeeper. It's a good, clever teasing ball that from Diamanti for Destro. Looks a little bit unorthodox the way the goalkeeper deals with it, but he does enough. Whenever you see a goalkeeper flying out, feet and arms all over the place, you're always a little bit reluctant to go flying in. Just get something on it.
Jagielka. Baines. Young. Gets it back from Lampard. Just unable to return the favour, but there was a late challenge there from Ashley Young. That man has story again.
Like that from Ashley Young when he ups the tempo a little bit, ups the speed. Sometimes he tends to get hold of the ball and stops it a wee bit and dips it back inside on his right foot there. It's nice to see him receive it, turn and run at pace, draw people, and ends up getting a free kick in a dangerous position.
A poor challenge by the Cagliari centre-back. Baines and Lampard are practiced executioners in this position. He's struck by Frank Lampard. Just ripple the net.
Big side foot that one, wasn't it, from Frank Lampard? Didn't go with the top of the foot, looking to really thump it. Gets good pace on it. Sirigu's ever going to get across to this if that's under the crossbar.
6 years since England have scored a goal direct from a free kick. No prizes for guessing who, by the way. David Beckham at the World Cup Finals 2006. Thirsty day in Bern. Carroll. His control was good, the pass wasn't.
Yeah. Once they got possession back, they need to change the play there. Kyle Walker is the man that was just breaking away on the right side. Someone's got to try and get Carrick on the ball, or Lampard, and let them change it.
Aquilani. Bartek. Combination there with Diamanti. It's fired dangerously across goal by Ignacio Bartek.
Great little 1-2. Really sharp, and I think it's a good ball. I mean, it's a shot come cross, really, from Abate. He's not looking for anybody. I think he's actually looking to try and work the goalkeeper, but that's something that maybe Destro or El Shaarawy on the far post just might gamble on.
Tossed rather hopefully forward to Carroll. A lot of speculation about his Liverpool future, fueled by the fact that it was reported the club accepted a bank-busting bid from West Ham United, but Carroll himself decided against the move. He scored for Liverpool last weekend in a friendly match. Still very much a Liverpool player. Just bring that steadiness to England's passing, keeping them ticking over. Walker. Here is Carroll. Lampard to Johnson roaming. It's towards Carroll, but easy enough for Sirigu.
Again, off both sides, 2 or 3 times. An opportunity to maybe find Andy Carroll. It's the sort of distance he'd like to get on the end of, but its quality's just not been there so far. I think England have shown some decent football at times when they've moved forward, as with all these friendlies, particularly this one just a few days before the league campaigns start. They sort of can descend into a different tempo and become a little bit tame, but at times, I think they've been quite bright. Again, I like the look of Cleverley when he gets in good forward positions.
England were behind for the best part of a quarter of an hour. Daniele De Rossi, the Italian captain, gave his team the lead with a straightforward header from a corner kick. That goal was cancelled out when Phil Jagielka stooped to conquer. Diving header, courageously taken, gave him his first international goal and leaves us at half-time with Italy 1, England 1.
Well, as befits the third best team in FIFA's world, England looked pretty decent. There were moments in the first half we actually found ourselves enjoying it. Whatever next, join us in a moment for the views of Gareth Southgate, Roy Keane and Lee Dixon.
To date with as the half progresses. England resume with the same looking shape, with Tom Cleverley now playing just behind Jermaine Defoe.
Defoe offers a different kind of threat to Carroll. Sharp, and he's always very alive and alert at anything that's fizzed across the 6-yard box. If you're going to whip balls in with pace, that's not necessarily going to favour Jermaine Defoe, of course. So he needs those clever little passes from Tom Cleverley, from Frank Lampard, Michael Carrick, over the shorter distance to just try and get him in a little bit.
Walker and Johnson on that side have got a new Italian left back to confront them. Federico Peluso of Atalanta has come on in place of Federico Balzaretti. Here is Peluso, who's in demand at the moment. Juventus, I understand, are quite close to concluding a deal to sign him. He's a late developer, he's 28 years of age. Here's the England left back, Leighton Baines, who himself's been the subject of a lot of transfer speculation through the summer. I think Evertonians will believe that now Jack Rodwell has left, that there'll be less pressure to sell Leighton Baines should somebody make a formal bid. Defoe into Cleverley, who was looking for a free kick. Here's Peluso. It's a clever touch from Nocerino, gets it back from El Shaarawy, maybe one pass too many. Peluso had a little nibble at Cahill. Strong defending by the Chelsea man.
Yep, nice and tight there. Gary Cahill making sure takes no chances.
Story. Abate. Aquilani, who's been on the fringes of things. What De Rossi had in mind.
He played well first half, De Rossi, particularly early on, controlled the game. And you're right, Aquilani just never looks like he's going to take a game by the scruff of the neck. He's got quality, he has ability.
Well, won by Cleverley. Cut out by Daniele De Rossi. Pursued by Defoe and eventually upended by Jermaine Defoe.
Excellent play from De Rossi, really good. He's always looking and trying to perhaps find Destro. In the end, it's Defoe that brings him down.
Rossi was linked with Manchester City a couple of weeks ago, although Roma responded by saying that they wouldn't think about parting company with him for anything less than 100 million euros.
He's not for sale then.
I think so.
Destro there, very nearly getting in. There's an awkward ball into him. Close to just squeezing between the two centre-halves once more.
Nocerino finding Diamanti. Now El Shaarawy, seen off by Jagielka. Nocerino. John Ruddy's first action is to get everything behind that speculative shot.
Yeah, nice and tidy. That was that opportunity there. Ball into Destro, it bounced off him, and then I think both players, Jagielka and the centre forward, are both guilty there of leaning into each other and just fighting for a little bit of space.
Prandelli made special mention of Mario Balotelli in his press conference yesterday. He says he has an important role to play in the World Cup qualifying campaign. He's an absentee here because of the conjunctivitis, which kept him out of the Community Shield at the weekend. It's well won by Carrick. Seized upon though by Peluso. Young in the way, and now cleverly with Defoe running ahead of him. Inevitably it was Daniele De Rossi who got back there to break up that England attack.
Yeah, unlucky, right idea from Tom Cleverley, just didn't execute the pass well enough.
Gabriel Clark, our touchline reporter, has got some insight from there.
Yeah, Clive, just to say that Roy Hodgson and Gary Neville have had a few words with the Swiss officials about locating his yellow card. They feel the referees have been a bit too lenient, even by friendly standards, and they want a little more protection from the tackles from behind that have left Ashley Young and Tom Cleverley in a heap, and lucky, they say, not to be seriously injured in that first half. A bit too much sting in the tail as far as England are concerned.
Peluso's header. It's not Chirino. Diamanti. He had two options there and wasn't able to find either of his forwards.
Had a man over, didn't he, Aquilani?
De Rossi. Quite on the same wavelength as Aquilani. Cahill. Walker. Now Young. Young playing in Johnson. His first touch wasn't good enough. Milani robbed him. Now links up with El Shaarawy. Taken late by Baines, but a good advantage play. This is El Shaarawy. He's got support from Diamanti, but he just couldn't quite pick him out. The beating of Walker there.
Yeah, good play. Really good work from Diamanti. And that's how easily you can be undone. Adam Johnson just careless, a bit sloppy on the edge. The Italian area, very, very quickly. They counter-attack. Nearly get Diamanti in. Dangerous free kick now, dangerous situation.
Both the centre-backs are forward. So Bonner of Torino. Diamanti takes. It's a good, strong header away there by Phil Jagielka.
Yeah, much better. Watched it all the way, really strong head.
No flag here. Diamanti in towards Destro. And again, and that's a smart save by Ruddy. Jagielka away as far as Diamanti. And Destro's there again. And England managed to crowd him out that time. Peluso firing it in, and that's well wide. Good stop that by the Norwich man.
Yep. Good pressure from the Italians. Fast ball in from Diamanti. Snapshot from Destro. John Ruddy does really well. Excellent, because that goes through the legs of Cahill. Often see them sneaking on the near post. Goalkeeper nice and bright.
25 Ruddy, but we talked about Butland's inexperience. He's only really had one full season in the top flight with Norwich. Brief experience of first-team football with Everton before that. Young. Lampard tried to dig it out for Defoe. Abate away.
Yeah, just a little bit straight, the ball into Frank Lampard in the end.
Baines is calling for it here. Lampard into Cleverly. The big football news of the day has been made back home by Manchester United agreeing a £24 million fee with Arsenal for the purchase of Robin van Persie, who travels to Manchester tomorrow to undergo a medical.
Wow, that's a big signing, proper signing that is for United. Gives them a huge boost as well, just a few days before the start.
Johnson. Start of the Premier League season is less than 3 days away. Although Manchester United don't actually play until Monday. Both Manchester City and Chelsea don't play until Sunday. The Italian league season begins the following weekend. Here's Destro. He's got away from Jagielka. Still Destro. Jabbed away as far as Aquilani. And now here comes Abate. Important headed by Carrick. Scooped away by Cleverly.
Just about dealt with that. Excellent run again from Destro. He has done that particularly well. Always on the move. Very nearly got in. And just the final ball from Aquilani to Abate. Just overhit. Just about got away with that, England.
They've let Nocerino in space though, and he's fed it into Peluso. Side netting. England undone.
Yep. It's gone a bit sloppy and dropped off the pace a little bit there, England. That last couple of minutes, that's far too easy, that ball for Peluso. Kyle Walker ball watching. And that should be in the back of the net. Whether you're on as a sub or not, get into that sort of situation, you should be knocking that one in.
Italian changes afoot. Sharawi will give way to Manolo Gabbiadini, no relation. Atalanta striker who is also said to be close to a move to Juventus. And Diamante's replacement is a young man we've heard a lot about, number 19, Marco Verratti, who is now with Paris Saint-Germain in France. His debut for them at the weekend. Played in the second Italian division last season. He's not 20 until November, but got high hopes of this man, Verratti. Deep-lying midfield player.
Substitutions for England.
Yeah, slight change of shape now for the Italians, because it looks like Gabbiadini's gone up there alongside Destro, so Aquilani will be asked to come out here and maybe try and prevent Leighton Baines from getting forward. Nocerino on the other side. Verratti just in front of De Rossi.
Johnson. Again, that tight control and ability to step away from challenges. Feeds Walker. Deflected behind for the corner kick.
Great feet. And Johnson really good. Does have that ability, doesn't he, to just make something happen, to just do something that bit different.
Lescott eminent. James Milner. Lampard with the corner. Killarney. Everybody back to their positions. Which towards Cahill this time. Defoe trying to react. Charged down well by Astori. Cleverly felt he was fouled there. Belatedly, a free kick I think has been given.
Yeah. That little snap tackle on Tom Cleverley, just a little bit too late. Referee, I think, quite rightly waiting to see if there was any sort of advantage to be gained.
Lampard to Young. Well, it was well engineered. Ashley Young didn't quite make the most of it. Substitutions 3 and 4 for England. Two Manchester City players about to come on. England's goal scorer Phil Jagielka will give way to Lescott. He wasn't even on the Manchester City substitutes bench at the Community Shield at the weekend. And Ashley Young it is who makes way for James Milner, who had a new role for Manchester City on Sunday, played as a right wing-back.
And did it really well. It was excellent. Particularly second half, of course, when they made the extra man tell against Chelsea. Milner was influential.
Played in 17 of the last 18 England internationals. That's his importance. Firstly to Fabio Capello and now to Roy Hodgson. In a variety of roles. Having just made a change at the back, England have got a centre-back in the wars, a little bit of blood drawn. Swinging arm catching Gary Cahill.
Just gets a nudge in the back, doesn't he, there, Destro, off of Cahill, and then just sort of throws the arm out.
Interesting to see what the England centre-back pairing is in just 3 weeks' time in Moldova for the opening qualifier. Italy's World Cup campaign begins in Bulgaria on September the 7th. Denmark and the Czech Republic are the main dangers in their group. England kick off in Chisinau, capital of Moldova. Country squeezed between Ukraine and Romania in Eastern Europe. That's also September the 7th. All England's qualifiers are live here on ITV. Ukraine, Poland, Montenegro and San Marino complete the group. First home game is against Ukraine at Wembley on the 11th of September, and tickets are available for that match. We have more live football from Europe next week. Champions League playoff match on Tuesday here on ITV. Celtic in action in Sweden. We're on air at 7:30. And then next Thursday, Europa League action live on ITV4. And that's that big Anglo-Scottish encounter between Hearts and Liverpool, the first leg up in Edinburgh. Thursday, 7 o'clock on ITV4. Over on this left-hand side now with Milner on the right. Cahill patched up. Carrick. Milner. Here goes Kyle Walker. Always cut that back towards Cleverley. It was an intelligent ball.
Unlucky. Like to see more of that from Kyle Walker. And he's so capable of continuing to burst up and down that right side.
Johnson here does play very wide on that side. Maybe there's been less opportunity for Walker to get forward than... That's a cross into a very, very good area, hit with some pace, and nobody quite able to get on the end of it.
Not really sure when it was going to be delivered. I think in the end Defoe's looking to just get across the front of Astori and cleverly in between Agbonna.
Wasteful from Johnson, but Carrick won it back, and here's Lampard finding Milner, and now Defoe trying to turn. Johnson, Lampard, Milner, a lot of white shirts in there. Cut back for Walker. Milner once more. That's a telling cross too, and it ricocheted off the two.
For a corner, but cleverly was waiting for a tap in at the back post.
Patient there, England. Didn't just play any old ball into the box.
They can't.
Lampard. It's hit by Cahill and beautifully hit. It's Lescott who's been penalised. I think he felt that he was having his shirt pulled. Goal doesn't stand. It's a free kick to Italy.
Yeah, I think Lescott has been pulled up for... We're watching close to the penalty spot.
Number 12.
Just pushing Peloso there. I don't think there's a lot in that. I really don't.
Gary Cahill's sweet strike is for nothing. Debatable, that.
Yeah. Comes to something when you get done for grabbing an Italian defender.
Johnson. Here's Aquilani. There's his up and down moments, Adam Johnson. Goes with the job, really. Taking defenders on is not always going to get past them.
No, I think it suits him better on the other side, Clive, for sure. When he's coming in off the right side onto his left foot and he gets people, perhaps someone with the pace of Walker going around him.
Here's Aquilani. Miles wide.
He may have a point of whether or not it was a little nick for the corner, but we've seen nothing from him either, have we, tonight, Aquilani? There's a big reputation. Don't see a lot out there, to be honest.
Andrea Poli of Sampdoria will come on in midfield in place of Aquilani, who actually did go briefly on Liverpool's pre-season tour, having spent last season on loan to Milan and the year before on loan to Juventus. He's now finally completed a move back into Italian football, teamed up with his ex-Roma teammate Vincenzo Montella at Fiorentina. We're going to see an England debut here for Jake Livermore of Tottenham Hotspur in place of Frank Lampard. Livermore, who's been a regular starter for Spurs during their pre-season preparations, particularly with Scott Parker out injured and Tom Huddleston working his way back to full fitness. He's a forgotten man as far as England are concerned. Huddleston, it'd be interesting to see. He got a full season under his belt.
He impressed last season, didn't he, Jake Livermore? Whenever he played sensibly and in a controlled fashion. Roy Hodgson will be looking more of the same from him here, the remaining minutes. It's difficult now, the match obviously with that many changes.
So many graduates from the under-21 squad these days. I think I'm right in saying this is Livermore's first ever involvement with any England team at any age level. It's come via a different route. Here's Verratti. Poli. Rossi to Abate. The flick from Gabbiadini. Abate. It's a teasing cross towards Gabbiadini, well defended by Lescott. Destro. Gabbiadini. Destro's gone on and Michael Carrick has tracked back.
Well seen. Excellent work from Michael Carrick. A combination that from Gabbiadini and Destro, it's better.
Defoe felt he was being held, but the free kick's gone against him. You just tell me what Jermaine Defoe did wrong there.
No idea whether or not he was initially grabbing Ogbonna's shirt as he shaped towards the ball and then spun, but clearly in the end he was impeded.
Verratti. Chirino. It's cut up by Livermore. Easy for Cahill. There's a little push there on Livermore by Poli, and then two of them had a good long green stare at each other. And now Young's been brought down.
It's just Verratti snapping at him.
Baines. It's a terrific run. Leighton Baines couldn't quite deliver the cross he wanted.
Had a chance, didn't he, Clive? He did have it was a terrific run from Leighton Baines. I'd love to see him do more of that. I really would. He always talented player. Looks like he could give more, Leighton Baines. Just think there, he's had an opportunity to maybe square that. Was a really strong, purposeful run.
Not by Abate this time. Italian players are wearing shirts specially designed to commemorate the 30th anniversary of their 1982 World Cup win. Paolo Rossi and all that. Iconic image of Marco Tardelli running towards the camera in ecstasy after scoring 30 years ago. Retro shirts tonight. Milner! Oh, and it's almost an own goal by Peluso, and then Lescott was just unable to force it in. It looked odds on that Gary Cahill would score initially. Terrific ball in there.
Brilliant cross. What a delivery from James Milner. Deserved the goal.
Johnson. Defoe. Johnson has seen Milner in some space if he can catch up with the ball.
Wonderful cross that was from James Milner. Look at the shape on that. It's got everyone in trouble. It's Peluso in the end doesn't really know what he's doing with it. And in the end, Sirigu just about deals with it. Look at that. He does well, actually, the goalkeeper, to scoop that out. And then he's lucky that it ends up in and around Lescott's midriff. He can't do anything with it, and they somehow get it away.
I don't think there's any question of it crossing the line. Far away. Also went for an acrobatic clearance there, and instead caught James Milner.
James Milner takes the full force of that one.
It's a brave competitor. Johnson's free kick this time, a bit of pushing going on by Lescott. No one can either.
Well, there's never any danger of Defoe missing that, was there, unfortunately? Lescott had just been pulled up. It may have been an offside flag anyway. Again there. It's De Rossi who hits the floor. Referee blows the whistle.
But Italy have certainly played with the competitive edge. They took their showcase Community Shield equivalent to China again last weekend. 2 players were sent off showcase. Milner looking for another cross maybe, instead it's Cleverly. Again, England trying to be patient in their build-up. Carrick maybe showed a bit too much of that to Gabbiadini, but earned a free kick.
Has to be careful there, Michael Carrick. The deep line midfield player who received the ball, do not want to get caught on it.
Johnson couldn't quite bring that under control. De Rossi finding Destro, but he in turn finds Walker. It's Peluso overlapping. Verratti.
Actually got forward well, Peluso, hasn't he? Had that opportunity to score. Since he's come on, he's been pretty lively.
Another England debut on the way for Chelsea's Ryan Bertrand. Leighton Baines is going off. What a spring and summer it's been for Bertrand, the shock choice by Chelsea for the Champions League final. He played in 3 of the 4 Olympic matches for Great Britain, scored his first Chelsea goal at the weekend in the Community Shield, and now wins his first England cap. Just turned 23 years of age. Crossed by Peluso. Bertrand's got some defending to do. Barté. Cahill away. And as far as Poli. Ooh, and that was a chance for Destro, and still a chance for Verratti, and that's a good stop by Ruddy. Struck at him, but he had to react and push it away strongly.
I actually think Verratti should do better. Good save from the goalkeeper, sort of reaching for it a little bit. Good stop. Stands big. It's a good hand to it. That's a good position for the substitute to maybe just give John Ruddy something to think about along the floor into the corner.
Verratti's corner, and that's a strong header turned off the line brilliantly by Ryan Bertrand. And now Milner's won it, and England can break here. He's got Johnson to his left, he's got Livermore to his right, Defoe here ahead of him. Defoe, oh, that's brilliantly struck. Wonderful goal by Jermaine Defoe. I just wonder if Roy Hodgson has a better finisher available to him. He's been in and out of the England team, in and out of the Tottenham team of late. But Jermaine Defoe equals goals.
Fabulous finish from Defoe. I just wonder if Ryan Bertrand gets an assist for heading that one off the line moments earlier. But let's applaud the quality from Jermaine Defoe, who, as ever, as soon as he sees those posts, as soon as he gets a chance to work a goalkeeper, he rarely lets you down. It's a thumping strike. Could the goalkeeper have done better? Yes, he could have, but it's a wonderful hit from Jermaine Defoe, it really is. But excellent work moments before from Ryan Bertrand, who's alert and on that post and ensures that England didn't go behind. Seconds later, they're in front.
Well, Sirigu got hands to it, but it carried far too much venom for him to stop. Scored a dozen goals for Fabio Capello. Defoe, now on the night of his 49th England appearance, his 16th international goal, has put England within sight of a victory. He'll be top of the world rankings before you know it. Only a matter of time. touch there by Defoe. I saw that from here.
Excellent strike, wasn't it? Such a good hit, didn't have a lot of options. As soon as he ducked back inside onto his strongest foot, he hits that so sweet, he really does. Goalkeeper, I think, should save it. It's the pace on the strike, the pace on the shot, the accuracy of it. It's got the goalkeeper at full tilt. It's just beat him with the pace.
He's been around the England scene a while. He's not 30 until October. And there is still a role for him to play, you feel.
Yeah.
He's a natural goal scorer.
Whether he starts or whether he comes on as a sub, you always feel something will happen with Jermaine Defoe. A chance will come his way, and he's the kind of guy that will take one.
Unless something happens in the transfer market for Andre Villas-Boas in the next couple of weeks, Defoe is going to play a lot of football this season, you suspect, for Spurs. Here's Gabbiadini, Verratti, Napoli. Defoe calmly into the path of Cleverley.
Now the moments when Roy Hodgson wants to see the team keep the ball well. Just got themselves in front. See Adam Johnson there's done well to try and win it back. Possession's gone away. They're the moments you've just got yourselves in front, keep it. Make them now work.
I think Roy Keane used the phrase at half-time, football intelligence. So he was talking about Tom Cleverley. Maybe that wasn't the most intelligent thing for Johnson to do there, to run with the ball. England just needed to pass and keep it. Wilson's in no hurry. He wants to win this match. It's a preparatory game, essentially. He wants them to concentrate, learn how to close games out, see it through. Bertrand. Johnson. Bertrand to Defoe. Defoe going for goal with his left foot this time, and that wasn't far away. He did have Milner in a very good position, in fairness.
Yeah. Maybe that's one of those situations where Jermaine Defoe might have been better by either bouncing that back to Ryan Bertrand or, as you say, going to his right for James Milner. It's just not his nature. He receives anything in and around the edge of the area. He'll try and hit it. That one's on his left foot. It's still usually pretty good. Not quite there. Kept going, hasn't he? Tom Cleverley worked hard, kept trying to knit things together and keep England on the move.
I think his Olympic experience has just tuned his fitness to perhaps a slightly higher level than a lot of Premier League players are at this stage of August. Another friendly game for Manchester United at the weekend in Germany, and Mike Phelan was commenting on it. Fabrini has sneaked on for Italy. Here he is. Ball back to Abate. Deflected shot. Knocked away by Cahill.
Yeah, they're claiming handball, the Italians there. Whoever it was, I don't think he knew much about it. Barty's shot was deflected.
Defoe standing his ground. Johnson, it's a poor pass, he was taken late, and there's a yellow card, the first of the night, for the man who's just come on for his first cap, Diego Fabrini, in place of Destro.
It's that one there that deflects up onto Jolien Lescott's arm. Knows nothing about it. If anything, he's trying to get his arm out of the way. That's always a dangerous moment when that happens.
Yellow card for Fabrini. The first cap now for Ezekiel Schelotto of Atalanta. He's a big midfield player or fullback. taking over from Abati. He's going to go and play at right back.
Fabrini's up front, isn't he, in place of Destro. Schelotto in here at right back.
Given away by Astori. Walker to Milner. Clear foul by Peluso. Just run into traffic again there. That's Fabrini. It's good tigerish work by Milner on Verratti. He has been penalised ultimately.
I think he's unlucky as well. I just thought he was a wee bit stronger there, James Milner.
Schelotto. It's a terrible cross. Russell Brand, is it? Here's Peluso. They've got a free kick for a foul off the ball by Livermore. He's been best pleased with the officials tonight.
Well, he knows it's a chance for the Italians to put something in and around the penalty spot to give England something to think about.
Verratti takes it short to Peluso. Verratti goes for goal himself. Roddy was aware that Defoe was one-on-one with Ogbonna. Didn't quite release him. De Rossi forward. Calmly done by Bertrand again and by Lescott.
Well played. He's very tired actually, Adam Johnson. He could really benefit from this 90 minutes. He has struggled a little bit the last 10.
It's not a scoreline to have an open-top bus tour about. Both teams really shadow squads on duty this evening, but England have acquitted themselves well. That's a terrific pass from Walker into the path of Milner. And he's got away from Peluso, and here's James Milner, back towards Defoe. It's a corner.
Hey, let me tell you, that would have been a sensational goal. Because there was some great one-touch play in the middle of the park. A super run from James Milner. He's tried to pick out Jermaine Defoe. They just about see that out of Bonner on a story. That's really good play from England so late in the game.
Added minutes to come. Cleverly charging down. Cahill can't quite keep it in. England haven't beaten Italy since 1997. They won one of the last 10 meetings against the Azzurri.
You worry sometimes with these sort of friendlies if it's all going to be a bit meaningless and a bit tame. In the end, England have produced some nice football at times. Important learning experience for some of the younger guys. I think Roy Hodgson takes plenty away from here.
Yeah, he's got a couple of weeks to digest it all and ask himself who's really furthered their claims against those of some of the established internationals. De Rossi brought that free kick.
Also gets more out of it than Prandelli. Seen perhaps one or two of his younger charges. Good decision. Gabbiadini just offside.
De Rossi forward. It's well controlled by Gabbiadini for Fabrini. Free kick. Think you'll find a place for Carrick in Moldova?
Michael Carrick is a clever player, Clive, clever footballer. He can hold the fort in there as good as anybody. He's got to want to do it for a start off, playing for his country. Certainly has the ability to perform that role as well as anybody, getting it, making an angle off the two centre-halves and initiating a lot of their attacks. He's very good at that.
I don't think Scott Parker will be available. I doubt that Gareth Barry will be quite back up to speed, having had a hernia operation earlier in the summer. Clearly Gerrard and Lampard will be trying to further their claims in the opening weeks of the season. And then there's Cleverley. Ferguson's always been of the belief that Carrick's rather slower start to the season, but he certainly played his part in a good win for Roy Hodgson's team tonight. They came from behind with a spectacular winning goal from Jermaine Defoe 10 minutes from the end. But one or two of the new faces have furthered their claims this evening. One or two returning older players have push their CVs back onto the manager's table. And at the end of it all, there's a scoreline which England can look at with a great deal of pleasure and satisfaction. It reads Italy 1, England 2.
Coming from behind to beat the Italians. If you've got a touch of the post-Olympic blues, perhaps that's lifted the clouds a little for you. It's a work in progress, plenty to worry about, but much more to celebrate this evening. Keeping the ball better, scoring a worldie for a winner too. What's not to like? We'll hear from Roy, Lee and Gareth after this break.